everyone, welcome back to my channel, and to continue in the light of spooky month, I'm going to be doing another recreation. My transformations are more inspired by / based from looks, because I like to do almost daily makeup routines that are loosely based off a character that I really enjoy or has some kind of iconic look about them, which would be obvious to some who were aware of the character in the first place. Those are the kind of makeup recreations that I really enjoy. So those are the kind of ones you're going to expect to see on this channel throughout this month. If you haven't seen my first one that I did the other day, then make sure you click the link in my video description. I recreated the look that Melanie Martinez rocks in her new music video, The Bakery. I really enjoyed doing that, and I seem to be accidentally falling into a theme here and sticking to recreating Melanie's, because today I'm going to be recreating Mel from My Parents Are Aliens, a show that I really loved and appreciated as a kid. It was probably in my top 10, maybe even 5 shows that I obsessed over as a kid, and we're going to be talking about some of those shows today. And I would love it if you guys could let me know A, if you watched My Parents Are Aliens, and B, what shows you enjoyed watching as a kid. We can proper bond over some 90s moments, early 2000s I guess. I'm thinking of so many are popping into my head as I'm saying this, and I'm excited to see what you guys have to say. Obviously what I'll be saying will be very UK focused, so some Americans might be listening to this like, I don't know what she's talking about, what's going on, but feel free to contribute to the conversation still. I want to know what American kids had to watch growing up. To be fair, I love Recess. Recess was American, right? That was probably one of my favourite shows as well. Don't know what I liked about Recess. When I think back to Recess, I'm like, what an odd show that was. But then again, you could argue the same about My Parents Are Aliens. Pretty weird concept, but executed perfectly. So with every recreation that I'm doing on my channel this month, I'm going to be unboxing a BoxyCharm, and for this video I managed to make it fit perfectly as the theme for this box, even though the themes are a bit odd because I never understand how the products fit to the theme. The theme for this one is pretty edgy. I feel like edgy is a pretty good description for Mel. She was my first sort of glimpse into an alternative lifestyle and an edgy look that I felt was really cool and I really looked up to. I really loved Avril Lavigne growing up. I actually dressed up as her for a birthday party once. I told everyone to dress up as pop stars and rock stars, and I had to pick Avril, and so did my best friend, so we looked pretty cool. This product though, I mean, I can imagine this literally being in Mel's makeup bag. It's probably, I guess the entire box is themed from this makeup product, because the rest of the items don't really seem in any way edgy. It's by Hank and Henry and is described as visually inspired by the late 90s and early 2000s MySpace realness. So that fits quite nicely. I'm impressed by that, if I do say so myself. Each one of these eyeshadows can be worn by itself and blended out for the artist on the go. Obviously, Mel had a lot of different looks throughout the show. She kept her style, but you never really knew how she was going to have her makeup or how her hair was going to be. Her clothes changed quite a bit, and I thought that was quite refreshing and exciting. I always remembered getting excited about what she was going to wear. She was definitely my favourite character other than the parents. She was more like someone who I looked up to as a kid, rather than because she was a bit of a moody bitch. Let's not be around the bush. Obviously to stick with her aesthetic, she was just this grumpy teenager, but she looked cool, so that was enough for me.
Yeah, it's all the stress and anxiety of living with you lot.
Yeah, people get grey hairs from stress, but they also get wrinkles from frowning a lot and crow's feet from sort of squinting sarcastically. Stop frowning, stay calm, and be nice to people for a change.
Thanks for the advice. Maybe I will.
But before I use this, I'm going to use this eye moisturizer because it's the only thing I can start with. There isn't a primer or anything in here. This is by Murad, Hydrodynamic Ultimate Moisture for Eyes. Cute. I guess a big debate as well would be whether you guys preferred the first parents or the second parents, because I believe that they, halfway through the series, they just swapped the alien parents. Well, I say swapped the alien parents, they only swapped Sophie, they kept the dad, but I'm sure there was an episode where they like bring it up and they say, oh, Sophie's different, Sophie's changed or something. When I think of TV shows when I was a kid, the first place my mind goes is pouring cereal in a bowl and pouring the milk, sitting in front of the TV, and then getting all excited for the shows to start, particularly early Saturday morning shows. They were the best. I would pile my cereal bowl so high so that the cereal would last as long as possible while the shows were running. I would sometimes even make toast as well as cereal, sit them next to each other, and I'd be ready for my day. And I would watch it with my sister, like we'd watch all these different things after the other, and we would just be so content and happy with our little lives when days were so much more simpler. Let's look at this eyeshadow then, shall we? I'll zoom you in. So yeah, like I said, Mel has different eye looks and hairstyles and clothing. So I had to pick an iconic Mel look that I felt just screamed her more than anything else. And not only that, but screamed that era. So late 90s, early 2000s, like what were people wearing? How did they look? And what do I think of most when I think Mel? Those of you completely unaware, by the way, the show is basically based around a man and a woman, a mum and a dad, who are literally aliens, but they are in human form. I don't really know how that happened, but they are human. They look like humans, but they are actually aliens. And they have adopted 3 kids. I think at one point it's 4. You basically watch the kids struggle growing up with alien parents, like parents who don't really understand social norms, interacting, like society, just blending in with human behaviour, and it's quite funny because of that.
Sophie, what's wrong?
This stupid wrinkle cream has made my skin all smooth and peachy.
It's a little bit like Mr. Bean, how he struggles to blend in with humans because he's a freaking alien. So imagine Mr. Bean as a dad. It's a bit like Brian in My Parents Are Aliens, but Brian's a little bit more, I guess, clued up. Maybe? I don't know.
Your voice is different.
It's deep.
It's almost manly.
Yeah, I think it broke in my sleep.
If I were you, Josh, I'd get it fixed pretty darn sharpish. It'd be rather embarrassing to sound like that for the rest of your life.
So Mel is the daughter. She's the eldest daughter out of the kids. I just thought she was so cool as a kid.
Yeah, like really old people get wrinkles and go grey and go bald and stuff.
I see. So it's not just milk that goes off as it gets older. Humans turn sour and lumpy too.
So there's mattes and shimmers in here, and we have some, this is very 90s. We've got some blue, are you kidding me? A whole line of blue, shimmery ones and matte ones. I feel for her, I think of automatically blue eyeshadow, pink blush, and like red thin lips. No eyeliner, just mascara and thin eyebrows. Oh, my eyes feel very smooth, by the way. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to start with this middle blue, and then I'm going to top it off with the blue shimmer to add a bit of shine. I don't even know. The quality of the videos that I found online for the show is so bad you can barely see what she actually wears, but I'll try my best. And that dark blue will be at the bottom under my eyes, and also regardless of the fact I've got yellow freaking hair, she doesn't have that, but I figured her hair is pretty like blonde anyway, so like I think I can get away with having yellow hair for Mel more than I can with like red or blue or whatever bloody colour I've had. I think I'm going a bit too high with this. I also really loved the Cramp twins, I loved Rugrats, I loved Sabrina the Teenage Witch, oh my god, The Jungle Run. Does anyone remember The Jungle Run? Oh, I loved that. You like all these kids would have like a little mission of getting all these little trials done together and working as a team, a bit like the Crystal Maze, but like not. And oh, like The Jungle Run almost gave me like ASMR as a kid, like the aesthetics of the show. Like it was really satisfying and pleasing to watch the kids like do certain things, and there were parts of the show that was like felt nice to watch. I don't know what I'm saying, but I remember feeling very like content with like watching the stones move and stuff like that. And the bit at the end where the kids had to do something before the cave closed and like locked them in there forever, and it was so funny the way they filmed it and made it actually look like the kids got stuck inside this tomb for the rest of their lives until they died. And as a kid I genuinely thought, you know, that was it. You signed up for Jungle Run, if you don't make it then you just die. It was only fair, you know, because if you win you get a scooter, you get a bike, you get loads of cool things. I think that was what you got anyway. So you know, you can't really complain if they lock you up for the rest of your life if you don't win.
5 seconds! Quickly, quickly, quickly! Quickly, you've got 3 seconds!
Oh, quick! Come on back! No! Oh no!
Unbelievable! Out of time. 1. What on?
So if I take that shiny blue, adds a nice little glimmer. Do we like that? So I'm going to take the darker blue shimmer and put it underneath. I remember her having a lot of, if she didn't have wings, that wasn't really the era, but she had like eyeliner underneath. And I definitely feel like that adds to her like teenage rebel look. Ugh, I thought she was so cool. Also, can I just say, I thought her boyfriend was really cool. I mean, is he her boyfriend? I think he ends up being her boyfriend. But there's like a lot of episodes where like he's this in-between sort of thing. Because I feel like she's so like edgy and like, I don't know what the word is, but she doesn't let him into her life for so long. But what was his name? Like Trent or something?
Yes?
Hi, Mel.
Trent, hi! What are you doing here?
I got a knockback.
Unlucky.
Well, it was nice while it lasted.
So, what about Hayley?
Oh, well, she kinda dumped me.
He was a pretty weird looking guy, but I've always had a crush on weird looking people. As a kid, like, I always crushed on the guys that like no one else really seemed to crush on. The really like unique looking people, the interesting looking ones, just the kind of outcasts, the people who sat in the back of the classroom and didn't talk, like the people who were very like mysterious. I found them the most interesting. So Trent, I thought you were cute. But yeah, he was like this little kind of emo boy, sort of goth skater. What even was he? Punk. He was so nice to her though, and put up with so much crap. This is actually such a nice colour. Quite dark, but it's got a light blue glitter in it. I really need to blend that eyeshadow though, because it's crazy. Although, I feel like they didn't blend blue eyeshadow back then. Get my base all sorted. If I remember right, she doesn't have freckles or anything like that. I'm sure her skin was just pretty like even. By the way, I've really been loving these Hank and Henry brushes from the last video, after me telling you that I don't like... Did I just call these brushes again? I keep calling them brushes. They are literally not brushes. Sponges from the last video, even though I said I don't like sponges. Loving these. I think it's just nice to not have to deal with checking if you've got like brush strokes on your face. So I don't have to worry about that anymore. And I feel like the coverage is thicker, stronger, I don't know what the word is, when you use a sponge. Let's not get it on my shirt this time. Notice how I haven't put on my shirt yet until I've done my makeup because of what happened last time. Her skin's quite pale like mine, which is good. I mean that was the day where it was all about being matte, so I don't actually think I'm going to be putting any highlight on because I just feel like that wouldn't look like her. Like, we need that iconic 90s. So as I said in the last video, if anyone has any cool ideas for recreations that you think I would like to do, keep them kind of like subtle. Like, I'm not going to be doing some major epic transformations. Like, You know what I mean? I like to have them loosely based off someone. If anyone can think of some people that they know that I like and would enjoy recreating, then I'd very much appreciate that. So let me know down there. You guys have suggested some really cool ideas already, so I appreciate that, and I have been adding them to my little old list. The great thing about these sponges is that they blend my eyeshadow. Oh, can you see my freckles? I do really want to get rid of my freckles because she just doesn't have them. I feel like I need to pluck my eyebrows, because if I'm doing thin eyebrows for this, I don't really want, like, I mean, they need plucking anyway, but they'll show more if I have thin eyebrows today. Not today, Satan. Okay. Ow. I hate doing this so much. Speaking of having crushes as a kid that were so different to everybody else's, I seem to have had a pattern as a kid of fancying gay men. Or gay celebrities I would probably fancy as a kid, and that wasn't something I like purposely put on myself or like deliberately made myself fancy. Like, I was a kid, I didn't understand what that concept even was at that point. It was actually something that my mum noticed, and just thought that I was very into guys who were in touch with their emotional side, and I still am. I still much rather the feminine guy. I don't like masculine men. I don't like toxic masculinity, as they say. I don't like a lad's lad. I don't like laddie lads. I think they suck. God, this one's bad. This eyebrow is always a bit bushier than the other one because my hair covers this one, so I don't ever do it as much. Okay, I'm done with that. That's making me feel sick. Physically sick. I know you're supposed to hold your skin back to help the pain, but I don't have 3 hands to do that right now. So, keeping these as thin as possible. Also, I've noticed she's got she's used blush as her contour, so. I mean, that's still pretty thick. I might have to thin that out a little bit. I think I've done all right. I'm gonna do the blush contour now. Oh. I just noticed that I've got a Kat Von D precision pencil brow pencil in my box, and I didn't use it. That's really annoying because this probably would have been better for the look as well because it's thin. Is it dried up? It looks dry. It doesn't even look like it works. Oh wait, ow. It's really hard. Right, well that looks painful anyway, but I might have to try this in the next transformation video I do. So if you want to know how the Kat Von D precision pencil crayon thing goes, then stay tuned. But yeah, that pencil's in the colour blonde, so it will be a little bit lighter to what I'm used to, so that should be interesting. I'm going to take that pink wink in my usual trusty dusty Too Faced Naked natural face. I can eat this. I'm going to do it a little bit higher than contour, obviously, because this is going to look a bit crazy. Oh my god. Next up for lips, I'm going to do pink with a bit of gloss on top because, I mean, 90s. You can't have a 90s look without a glossy lip. So I'm going to just use my Kat Von D Mother pink lip that I do like wearing often, but I'm going to keep it very thin because that's what she would wear. God, it's so hard not to go over. This is a product by Becca, and this is a glow gloss in champagne. This came in the BoxyCharm box, by the way. That looks like a tampon or a dildo. I mean, This probably isn't the best thing to put. I don't even know why. Like, I'm just putting this on because it came in the box and I want to make sure I include it. It should just add a little bit of shine to the pink. It might add a little bit of dullness to the pink as well because it is in the colour champagne. I don't think I usually do something like this. That's not actually too bad. I looked at some pictures a minute ago and I did see that she does, like, there is eyeliner. You know, it's not winged, it's just there. So I will add that quickly now. And then a bit of mascara, and then we're pretty much done for the makeup. Now, after that, I'm going to do my hair. Another show I remembered while thinking about all the TV shows I really used to like was the Tracy Beaker show. Oh, is that what it was called? Tracy Beaker show. The Tracy Beaker, I don't know what it's called. Either way, I loved it, and I hear that they're making a return with the actual original Danny Harmon, Tracy Beaker. She's going to be the mum of the new Tracy Beaker, and I'm buzzing about it. Well, I think that's what's happening. Like, I know that she's going to be in it as an adult, regardless of how they're going to do that. Showing us, like, a glimpse into her life as an adult, maybe, and then maybe her kid who becomes, like, the next Tracy. I don't know. I feel like Tracy Beaker was a little bit like a child's version of, like, watching a soap, because, like, all these kids have all these dramas that, I mean, you could relate to as a kid, but the majority of us couldn't. It was almost like exciting to see all this crazy madness going on in someone else's life. Okay, mascara now. I haven't worn just mascara in such a long time. Something that came out a lot later on TV when I was younger was Big Cook, Little Cook. And I will admit to everybody now that I used to watch that at such an old age. I literally used to watch it before going to friggin', I want to say high school, but Jesus, was I really watching Big Cook, Little Cook before high school? I just remember waking up and my mum was like, Ellie, do you want some toast? And she'd put on the TV and I'd be like, yeah, ma'am, Big Cook, Little Cook. I say it like that. I wasn't that enthusiastic in the mornings. I was literally like one eye open, one eye closed. I've never been a morning person, and Big Cook, Little Cook helped me through that. They were like, come on, Ellie, get out of bed. Big Cook, Little Cook, welcome to our cafe. Okay, I'm not going to do too much mascara because I feel like that wasn't really the thing. Long lashes then wasn't such a rage. So, I think now I'm going to add a little nose ring because she always had different piercings in. Sometimes she had different lips done. Lips done. I'm just going to stick to nose. Jewellery, we can't forget jewellery. She always had chokers. And always had bracelets on, like the little emo that she was. Always on one wrist. Well, actually, there was loads of them on one wrist, so that'll do. Now let's do my hair. So I'm gonna section this out and crimp this the hell up. Okay, and what is a male look without her iconic bandana? I don't have, well, I couldn't find any bandanas in the house that are typically for your hair. So for this, I'm going to be using my tarot reading cloth. This is what I use to spread my cards on. I think I can somehow make this into a bandana. You're supposed to, I never used to wear these, so I don't really know what I'm doing. You're supposed to like put it into a triangle, right? And then fold this top bit so you sort of have something like that. Oh, is that how it's supposed to go? I look like a pirate. I mean, she used to wear like quite hippie things, so I can imagine her wearing like a moon star sort of headband. Oh my lord. I feel like I want to give, she sometimes had a full fringe, sometimes had like an open one, and because it's 90s, I kind of want to keep it open like that. How far forward should this be as well? I don't really know what I'm doing. Can you tell? That feels more her. We now put ourselves into the iconic, I don't know what the school was called, uniform. So Adam's let me borrow a blue shirt that he has. It's the only blue, I mean, I don't own a single shirt, so I'm just grateful for the fact it's got some shade of blue in, because they had a blue shirt for a uniform and a purple tie. I feel like she would probably have it on kind of cash. I mean, she'd have to tie it up. She is at school at the end of the day. Guys' shirt buttons are backwards. She would have these open and she would roll them up. I just know she would. She'd want to show her little bracelets. Are. So, and now for the final. Oh, I don't know how to do a tie. Adam, I don't know how to do a tie.
Pull the thicker side.
I kind of want it quite baggy because she's like that.
And then under the middle, underneath your neck, you can do a double knot as well. Oh, okay, right.
My first tie? How do I tighten it a little bit? Oh my god, I did my first tie. Yeah, but that's perfect. Like, that's how they all do it. Oh my god. I'm Mel. God, these are annoying. How the hell do you put up with these? If I had like a braid or like beads in my hair, I feel like it would add more 90s aesthetic, but I'm gonna avoid doing that purely because I look like a pirate anyway, and I feel like if I added a plait, it would kind of just make that more piratey. So I'm gonna stick to it like this. I feel like Avril Lavigne. Do you remember when she'd come on stage with a shirt on and a tie?
No.
What?
I never really saw much.
Yes, I'm pretty much done, but what I'm gonna do is show you the last bit in the box. This I'm obviously not using because it is a body wash and a buffer. It's a multi-use thing, like you can, it's literally like, oh god, it smells really good. It's a lavender. To be fair, I'm excited to use this. It's gonna help me sleep. It's like a, oh, it feels really nice. It's like firm but soft. It's a sponge that you can use in the shower. Obviously I'm not going to use that for this video, but that's very different. I don't think I've seen a product like this in a BoxyCharm before yet. Oh, it smells amazing. I need more lavender products to use before bed, so this will be good. Where's the freaking description? Why is that in a box that's called like Pretty Edgy or something? I don't understand. This is by the brand Spongel, I think. Beyond Cleansing. It changes apparently instantly underwater as you squeeze, from a central exfoliating massage texture to as soft as silk. Oh, patented. Why can't I say that? Whoa! Oh, I just dropped it. Technology provides a guaranteed number of 14 plus washes. Cute. So that box I enjoyed. I can't actually remember what was in it now. This video is taking so long to freaking film. Would I rate it as much as the last one? Probably not, but the palette did redeem itself. I feel like I'm the face for this palette right now. Like, you can imagine me on a TV advert, like, get the London look. So yeah, it was a good box. It was okay, but mostly just because of the eyeshadow. And to be honest, the eyeshadow keeps rubbing off. I keep having to reapply it, so I don't know what that's all about. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this rather unusual recreation. I'm tempted to genuinely turn up to a fancy dress party like this one day with like a bunch of tenors in my pocket and like dish them out to anyone that's able to guess. I feel like the chances of that happening would be very slim, but it'd be very cool if someone was able to. It would be cool if you had like a friend who could go as like the different characters from My Parents Are Aliens to make it a little bit more obvious. That would be epic. If a bunch of people dressed up as like Sophie, Brian, Mel, Trent, and like all the other characters, that would be so cool. But for now, we're staying isolated, so just me. Adam's gonna dress up as Trent, aren't you? He doesn't really have to do much apart from put a bit of gel in his hair. Thank you very much for watching this video and allowing me to enter a character that I always aspired to be as a kid, even if I completely butchered the look. If you like content like this and you want to see me do more similar things, then make sure you thumbs up the video so I know to keep making this sort of stuff, and subscribe to my channel to be notified when that new stuff comes out. I'm on social media such as Twitter, Facebook and Instagram. I have a tarot reading Facebook page, so if you want your cards read remotely, I can send audio files of that for you, and all you've got to do is like my Facebook page down there in the video description. Thank you very much for my top patrons for supporting me over on Patreon, and that particularly includes Aline, Kelly, Lisa, Louise, Cesar, Stevo, Zara, Tony, Becca and Louis. And yeah, that's all. See you very soon. What would Mel say? Bye.